Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to Life on the Wrist. Hope you all are doing well today. I'm going to take a break from looking at some watch books. We have a couple of more books that we want to go through. If you've looked at some of our recent uploads, it's been pretty heavily focused on some books that can be part of your book collection that relates to watches. We've covered a range of them, and I'm excited to share some more with you. We've also looked at some watches, some vintage watches, which has been a really great, it's been a lot of fun to do that and research each of the pieces. I want to shift focus a little bit here and talk about current events. If you did listen to our podcast for this week, you'll notice that we covered the watches that were spotted on tennis players' wrists at the US Open in 2022, which just happened. I wanted to shift focus to another current event, and that has to do with the royal family. First off, I want to share my condolences to anyone who is part of the royal family or is affected by the news of the Queen's passing. She was an extremely important figure, played a huge role in the history of, honestly, civilization, and demonstrated an immense amount of service to others. And I think her impact goes way beyond just what I've said. It goes to many different people that she's touched, organizations that she's touched, and I'll say I'm happy that she is with Philip in heaven, if you believe in heaven. So I'll start off by saying that, but what I want to do is discuss some watches that were spotted on the wrists of individuals involved in the accession that took place recently. The Accession Council met, and the new King Charles III became king and took on the public servant sort of duty that the monarch has to carry. But there were some watches that were spotted on the people who participated in the accession on their wrists, and so I wanted to go through them. Big shout out to Horology Mania on Instagram for kind of inspiring this video. So the first watch I wanted to talk about was the new King's watch. This is a watch that's been spotted on his wrist a couple of times over the last, let's call it 7 years, and that is his chronograph that has appeared on his wrist. The watch is a 18 karat gold automatic Parimigiani Fleurier Toric Chronograph. The watch itself is pretty beautiful looking, actually. So as I mentioned, it's 18 karat gold, so it's a gold watch with sort of a hobnail sort of bezel. It's almost got two bezels on it. It then has this really beautiful clean dial. You have blued hours and minutes hands with a sweeping second with a chronograph hand. You then have your chronograph indicators at 3, 6, and 9. And then interestingly, it has a date that's sort of wedged between the 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock hour indicators, which I think is a pretty unique place to put the date. He's been seen wearing this watch multiple times, but this was the watch that he used when he was signing all the documents during the accession. It's pretty easy to see it on his wrist, and is a nice watch to accompany him on this new journey in his life. Pretty cool watch. If you actually flip it over, it has a display case back with a gold rotor, and then it has the 400Z chronograph movement. Parimigiani Fleurier is probably not a brand. Fleurier is probably not a brand that you've heard of or follow very closely. They were founded in 1996 in Fleurier, Switzerland, which is located in the Neuchâtel region, and they've produced a couple of pretty interesting watches. This is one of them. I think it's a nice chronograph. I like the rounded chronograph pushers. I think the bezel is also a nice touch to it as well. The finishing on the dial is really nice. I think the finishing on the rotor is also quite nice. I don't know too much about this watch. I haven't really had it in my hands or been able to feel it. There are some reports online about how this watch was purchased or where it was purchased by the new king. It's believed that it was purchased in Klosters, which is a really beautiful skiing area. Who knows if that's the case, but it's believed that it was purchased there, which is a place the royal family goes in vacations. Very often, I believe, it's where his sons actually learned how to ski. So a nice watch, a pretty cool watch to be wearing on such an important day, and definitely a hallmark of who His Majesty is becoming now. So he was one person who participated. The other two individuals who participated was Camilla, the Queen Consort, and his son Prince William. And the watch that Prince William had on his wrist was an Omega Seamaster 300 meters. This is a watch that's actually been seen on his wrist multiple times, and he's been photographed heavily wearing this watch. It's as simple as it gets when it comes to Omega Seamasters, 300 meter water resistance professional diver, kind of the James Bond of watches, and I think William rocks it pretty well. It's been spun on his wrist multiple times, and so it's kind of become almost like a staple for him and something that he wears. It's believed that it's a quartz movement as opposed to the manual, the automatic movement, but I can't confirm that. The pictures from the Accession is that they're a little bit hard to see, but really beautiful dive watch. Date is 3 o'clock. Everything that you can really ask for in this type of watch. The last watch that I wanted to discuss was on Camilla, the Queen Consort's wrist, and that is as classy as it probably gets. It was a Cartier tank with a black strap. This is really, as I said, just a classic Cartier watch. Gold case, simple dial with hours and minutes. You've got your Roman numerals in this tank-shaped case with a black strap. It's simple, but it's really, really nice. I don't know if it's an automatic or a quartz movement. The pictures are not good enough to see, but a classic watch to be worn at such an event, and I think it blends in really nicely with sort of allowing for the actual ceremony to be the focal point of this event, and a great watch for a lady, especially the Queen Consort, and fun for me to spot as well. What's really nice about Cartier tanks is, sure, this is on a lady's wrist, but men can wear these very easily, and I actually just recently got a Longines in that has this tank shape, and it's smaller, but I actually think it looks really phenomenal. So you'll have to check out our Instagram to see some pictures of that. So those are the watches that we're seeing at the Accession. This is a big turning point for the royal family, and I hope that it's followed by success. There's, again, my condolences to the royal family for the passing of Queen Elizabeth. She was a real icon and a big part of the history of civilization, and demonstrated public servitude in ways that go way beyond anything that many people have seen. Even just her Paddington Bear thing, the Paddington Bear scene for the Jubilee, Platinum Jubilee, was just such an amazing demonstration of who she is. It almost was moving with the times, but she kept her classic tradition. Always sort of came with her, but she did move with the times, and it's a big inspiration for many of us. I hope you enjoyed seeing these watches. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about each of these watches. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If there are watches that you saw during some of these events, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. If you are new to Life on the Wrist, be sure to subscribe to the channel and share this with a friend who might be interested in watches. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button for me, it really does help me out. And with this said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and until next time.